Hi, I'm that cute girl you're dating who thinks joining a Real Housewives version of the Legion of Doom is an appropriate response to you not having sex with me, Leo, and welcome to In Bed with a BL. So I don't have any product endorsements yet, but I want to practice because I want to make some money. So here we go. This video is brought to you by Insert Product Name Here. I love using Insert Product Name Here. I use it every day. The suppliers of Insert Product Name Here have given me these two promotion items, here and here. I love using their sleek, ergonomic design. It's easy and comfortable every single time. Use promo code INBEDWITHABL now to get anywhere from 3 to 13.5% off your product placement now. Thank you. So, right now, Men Are Death is happening, and I think they're on episode 4 as I'm filming this. So in honor of Men Are Death, I'm going to talk about the maxtul original series because they're amazing and everyone should know about them. So you should watch Men Are Death. It's really good. People are happy because they're adults and not university students anymore, and it's kind of like a toxic love crime thriller where Max's character might be really devious and controlling Tool to love him, and it's definitely not healthy, but it's super fun, and I kind of like this murder aspect. It's very different. So definitely check it out. You can watch it on WeTV and other places. That's how I'm watching it. And then watch these ones. Yeah. Today we're going to cover one of my all-time favorites, Together With Me. This is one of the first TV shows that got me back into the BL gay TV show movie swing. I watched this a long time ago because on Instagram I saw a video clip of the ending, which I was really into, and I knew I had to watch this show. Tool and Max are amazing. They're so handsome, and their ending kiss really made me go, wow, I need to see this. I need to see this right now. And I did. And I'm super duper happy. Because of that, I totally got into the full swing of watching these shows again, and which led to me making the series. Together With Me is actually the second part of a 3-part series, but it's a prequel, so it happens first. So we're going to talk about that first. It goes Together With Me, Bad Romance, and Together With Me Next Chapter. The next video next week will go into Bad Romance, which is kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the franchise. There is a lot of characters and plot lines that kind of disappear from Bad Romance. They try to push it away because it gets really weird. It's the first one made, so maybe they didn't have enough money or know what to do. Main characters like Max, Tool, Ihua, they're all there, but some of the things just kind of got filtered out. It was a weird show. We'll cover that next time. So we are going to figure out how Tool and Max, Knock and Korn, got together. I keep messing up their names and want to call them by the actor names. We have Tool and Max, who are the best BL actors ever to PL act, ever. Their chemistry is amazing on screen, off screen. They do a lot of skinship, which the actors do a lot of skinship, which I'm not too keen on, but they make it look less awkward. They actually seem to enjoy each other when they're in the private times. And they support a lot of gay things. They talk about pride. They tweet out or talk about happy pride and support a lot of LGBTQ situations. So even if they're not gay themselves, they're definitely allies. So I definitely support them in everything they do. So I'm going to talk about the series as a whole. I'm going to start off with talking about the 3 main couples and what happens in their storylines, and then I will talk about some of the characters that are involved in the story and how I feel about them. So definitely spoilers for the season in here. I'm not going to mark everything because it's just a lot, and mostly I'm going to talk about my feelings on some things that happens. It's a prequel, and there's 3 seasons in the whole series, so you know that they're going to be a relationship and they're definitely going to get together at the end of this season. So, and it's old, so go watch it. Nothing here should be that spoiling. So our first couple, and the most important of Together With Me, is Knock and Korn. They are the main actors. They're the main thing. Everyone wants to see them. They're beautiful. They're perfect. It's amazing. It starts off with a very steamy sex scene between Korn and Knock. Apparently they were drinking, they were best friends from their childhood, they were drinking, they got drunk, and they had sex, which is the plot line of almost every single gay situation ever in media. It's 95% of all gay TV shows and movies start off with a weird drunken thing that turns into a whirlwind romance. So they have steamy sex, and then there's a flashback about how they reunited and also how they knew each other as children. So they grew up together, they separated, but now in university, they find each other again, and the feelings rekindle. You can tell right away that Max's character is gay because when you look at their underwear, his character is wearing nice, delightful boxer briefs, and Tool's character has ugly boxer shorts, which is stereotypical for lazy straight people. So you already know their dynamic. Max is a blossoming, sad gay person. Tool is confused in the closet and has a terrible girlfriend, which is always the situation that happens in Thai TV shows. There's always the crazy ex-girlfriend that causes problems, and this one delivers. She's a hot mess, and we're going to talk about her later. So as the series unfolds, you have the ups and downs of their relationship and how they ended up together at the end. Their actual storyline is okay. I have a lot of deep feelings. I can also look at it with a harder eye and realize that their storyline is kind of a little boring and generic. You have straight guy with girlfriend, he cheats on girlfriend with gay guy, girlfriend goes crazy, they end up together. It's nothing too interesting. The main feel for this one is that these two have amazing chemistry and they work well together. It's really great when they're seen together. They mesh super well. So it's really fun to watch. It also opened my eyes to a lot of tropes that happen in, especially Thai gay BL, and also actually many Asian ones too. First, we love to see our gay guys get injured. They have a lot of injuries in the series, and then they get to care for each other, which is bonding. I don't know where that came from, but we love to see our gay characters beaten up, and then the other gay character helped care for them. There's a scene where they both get beat up, and so they take care of each other while injured, which is like just super intense loving right there, I guess. Tool's character is kind of a dick in this series. It's this whole will he, won't he leave his girlfriend for Max, which is kind of annoying. I don't like watching that. Because also the whole time, Tool is cheating on his girlfriend. His girlfriend's a mess and she's a jerk. But he's still cheating on his girlfriend the whole time, so he's not the greatest person in the world. And he's also leading on Max the whole time. So most of the series, I was getting very frustrated with his kind of selfishness. And a lot of this show has a lot to do with like cheating, I guess, because all the other characters are also cheating on each other in this series. And then in Bad Romance, Tool pretends to be cheating on Max to get his attention, and then in next chapter, the final one, the whole drama there is that Max cheats on Tool. So everyone was very surprised in the next chapter about that. But the whole series is all about cheating or thinking about cheating or making people think you're cheating. So it wasn't that shocking, and it's just they're really hot, so people are more easily able to forgive them, I guess. I'm not really sure. One of my favorite parts of their storyline, though, is Tool would constantly be typing on the internet about his feelings and what he's doing with Max. I thought that was really funny because it definitely had like a Sex and the City's. Well, I thought to myself as I was railing my friend was, am I really gay or is he making me gay? That kind of things. And he would post things like, I slept with my friend again, and then it would flash to all his, boy-loving fangirls, be like, yeah, you're gay, you're so gay. And he's like, I don't know. But he was bottoming like every other night for Max, so you're gay, just relax. But when I was in high school, I definitely had the same situation. I had an online profile that was, Mr. Username, and like people from my high school would read it and like send messages, like, oh, I have a crush on this boy. And they would be like, oh my god, who is it? And I would leave clues. So I thought it was really interesting that this happened in that, because I was like, I can relate to this. This is amazing. I even had like a pen pal who was another student in my school, and we never met, but we would talk on the app all the time. It wasn't really an app. Back then it was a website. I'm old. But we would talk on the website all the time and chat, but we never met even when we went to the same school. Super weird. So I thought that part was really fun. When I watched it, I instantly connected with this character. But yeah, they're fun to watch. Definitely check it out. They're super cute and they're worth seeing all the other things. Next up is Farm and Dr. Bright. Now, even though they're a side character, I love this coupling so much more. They stole the show. I noticed it's kind of a thing for me and a lot of the people who watch these shows that the side couples sometimes get a lot more love. I don't know if it's because they're more mysterious, they get less screen time, and you also don't know how it's going to end, because a lot of shows just cut them out at the end, like, oh, who knows what happens, who knows? So you really relish the time you get with them if they're interesting. And Farm and Bright are super duper interesting. Farm is this really shy boy. They call him a rabbit a lot. He's a shy little rabbit. And he starts dating Prey, who joins the Legion of Doom later. We'll get into that. And he's very scared by her. She's very itchy. She's always in the mood, and he is backing off like nobody's business. Eventually, he meets Dr. Bright, who is a slut. He is always sleeping around. You see him bringing boys to the toilets in the club that everyone goes to. It's kind of like in Buffy, Bronze, like everyone goes to Bronze, gay, straight, 12-year-olds, 40-year-olds, everyone's there. Apparently, this place that they go to only has one bar. But Dr. Bright is always having sex with strangers, always bringing around boys, and it breaks Farm's character's heart all the time. Yeah. So Farm has the biggest transition and change in the whole series. He starts with this meek boy, and he gets entangled in Dr. Bright's loving embrace, and he kind of goes very differently. He ends up kind of a cold, slutty person himself. The ending for him and his situation really made me sad, because at the end he turns kind of into Dr. Bright as like revenge. He's like, now I'm the revenge slut. Look at me, because you have feelings for me now, but I'm gonna sleep around with people in the toilet too. So that kind of bummed me out. So I'm glad that they come back in next chapter and have their own little thing, because I wanted to see more of them. Their relationship is definitely Brian and Justin from Queer as Folk. I got instant vibes from them. It was the whole thing. Brian is Dr. Bright. He is this professional rich guy slut who takes in this young, impressionable Justin Farm, and then they have this whirlwind romance. There's even like a carbon copy scene in one of the episodes where it is Farm's birthday, and Dr. Bright takes him to a dinner and takes him back home for a threesome, which happens in Queer as Folk too. Justin is not happy about that and storms off. In this one, Farm is still really meek, and there's a threesome happening, gets scared. But then, I was shocked. A fourth guy just appears out of nowhere too. So it gets a little rapey, because the whole time Farm's like, no, 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 no. It blacks away, and it shows Farm going back to his friends and crying in front of a birthday cake. So I think he didn't do it. I hope he didn't do it, because that would make this whole relationship much more stressful for me to enjoy. But I don't think he does it, which is true. But it was definitely like hardcore Queer as Folk vibes, and I think that's why I stuck to this ship the most, because it reminded me of like things I used to watch, and it was familiar, and I love it. It's toxic and terrible. It's pretty much the horrible gay cycle. Meet older gay man, he turns into a slut, and then you become a slutty old man and find a young person to destroy. That's like the cycle, the gay circle of life. So I thought that was super cool and interesting. And there's also this scene where they're in the bathtub together, and he's like laying on Dr. Bright, and they're watching each other and talking, and it's just super cute, and that's like relationship goals. So Farm Bright is the best. I'm sorry, Max, it's a little corn knock, but they kind of stole the show. But you guys are still the best boy love pairing ever, so it's okay. Last, we also have Boo and Professor Covita. Covita is actually Max's sister in the show, so you learn about that. So she has instant ties to the whole group. And Boo lives with Max and Ihua and Phi and Farm, and they're like the straight coupling that they always have to throw into a show. I don't know why, but the BLs always have like 1 to 15 straight couples to waste everyone's time. And these guys, yeah, I don't care. They're a waste of time. Bo is hot as frig. He is super my type. He is handsome, he has good hair, he has total like F-boy personality, and he has tattoos. It's perfect. And he's also really nice. He cares for Max. So we ship him, we love him. The storyline's fine with Covita, but I just don't care. You have the teacher-student thing, which I was like, oh, that's awkward. But I'm a giant hypocrite, because History 2, right or wrong, definitely has a gay professor-student vibe, which I think is the best thing ever. So not liking it because of that just makes me a hypocrite, but whatever. They happen, we don't care. But Boo is super hot, so that's cool. Now we need to talk about the antagonist of the show, Plum. Plum is Tool's girlfriend in the show, and she fits the standard Thai BL crazy woman thing to a T. So she finds out, well, Tool is pushing her away, and she finds out that he is being gay with Max, and she is not having any of it. She goes off the deep end. She becomes evil Charles Xavier and starts forming this evil X-Men. She goes up to people and goes, "Hey, you look really depressed. Are you being destroyed by a man?" "Yes, I'm so sad. Ugh, men are horrible." "Have you thought of destroying a gay couple so I can rail my boyfriend?" "Okay." And she pretty much does that to a bunch of people and creates this Legion of Doom, evil X-Men-esque situation. So she's kind of insane, and her whole point is to break them up so she can have Knock. We find out later, the whole time she is cheating on him with tons of other people, including Tur, which is like this hot guy who plays on the soccer team, I think. Everyone plays on a soccer team, everyone goes to the same bar, whatever. But she starts sleeping around, and she just wants all the attention. She's just like a power slut. All the girls in this are like crazy angry power sluts. Live your dream, whatever. But she's like Team Rocket going after Pikachu. She's set on destroying Tool's relationship with Max, and I don't know, she has a lot too much free time. But that's her. She's insane. So Plurn's Legion of Doom consists of Prey, who is the scorned lover of Farm, and also Miki, who is the scorned ex-lover of Boo, and she's just mad that she got left for the professor. And then you also have Plurn. Plurn also branches out and gets Tur because she wants to sleep with him and he's just like a generic bad guy. And then she also enlists Mew, Max's ex-boyfriend, who is a very interesting character. We'll talk about in a second. She has all these people. She also enlists like random thugs and beat up like Ihua, Max, and Tool, and anybody else that gets in her way. So she is like this evil brainchild that wants to just ruin everything so she can get her D and keep her ancient status of not ever being dumped. So she gets beaten up, or not beaten up, but she gets thwarted by Ihua, who is the best thing that ever happened to TV shows ever. She's the ultimate bad hag, and we'll talk about her in a sec. But so Plum makes this Legion of Doom, has all these plans. She does extortion, she does poisoning, she calls people to like murder or beat up people. She finds Max's ex-boyfriend and they team up to do super evil gay things. Now let's talk about Ihua. She is the best fag hag. She is the fag hag of the century. She's perfect, she's amazing. She has style, she has confidence, she is witty, and she is a sleuth. She's a crime fighter, she's got everything. So she is Max's friend, and she also knows Tool, but she's Max's best friend. And she has her own things going on, but she's witty and funny. And when she finds out that Plurn is trying to mess up their relationship, she goes to Harriet the Spy, Nancy Drew. She goes into it. She discovers all the secrets. Her goal is to make sure that Plurn gets knocked out and her gay ship can sail. She wants Knock and Korn to be together, and she won't stop until it happens, which is amazing. The best part of her like superb fag hagginess is she has her own life too, but she's willing to put things on hold and be amazing and help her friends. So she's really funny and amazing. And I'm super excited when Bad Romance in next chapter she gets with Tomo, because Tomo is perfection and she has great chemistry with people too. She's wicked funny and she's a straight couple that I do want to watch. So sorry, straight couples, but you should learn from these guys. There's even a part where like a group of guys try to like kill her or something, and she like fights them off. So not only is she sassy, but she is a badass. And she like beats them up, and then she goes, "Help, help, I'm delicate." It's like, okay, Xena, calm down. You're not a delicate flower. But she's awesome. Then we have Mew. Mew is Max's ex-boyfriend, so it's revealed that Max actually has gay relationships before Tool even happens, which is really cool. Mew kind of starts off as a jerk, and he aids Plurn in her plan to destroy everything. But I don't know, I kind of really enjoyed him, and his name Mew made me think of Love of Siam, so he instantly got credit points for me. But I kind of wish he came back in other seasons because I wanted to see him happy. I actually liked him. He kind of does a cool redemption where he helps Ihua and does everything at the end, so he becomes a good person. He's just sad because he missed Max, and honestly, like, of course you miss Max. Max is amazing. So Mew was great. I wish he would have a spin-off or something, or I wish he came back, or there was a mention of him later, but he doesn't, and that's super upsetting. We also have Fi. Fi is great. She is like this super tomboy, maybe a lesbian. She looks like the stereotypical lesbian and acts like one, but she likes boys. She is really funny. She helps Ihua, and she's just kind of like a silly kind of comedy character. The whole time I thought they were gearing her up to be with the soccer coach teammate person because they had great chemistry and they like did it back and forth. He does a bet with her about maxtul being gay, and she has to wear a dress because she's so tomboyish. And I was like, I'm rooting for you. This is a straight couple I ship too. I want this to happen. And then at the end, like the last episode, she's with this random high school boy, and I don't know why. And I'm also angry because finding the name of the soccer coach has been super duper hard, but the stupid high school boy she ends up with is in the credits, and it's easy to find his actor, and I don't understand what's the deal with that. I was very angry because that's another straight ship that I wanted to see. So far, we have 2 straight ships that I wanted to see that I didn't get, and then 1 straight ship that happened, which I didn't want. So, whatever. Let's talk about Boo again for a second. He is so handsome with his tattoos. I want him to be in the lead of BL, and you should, yeah. And it should happen. So let's get on that. And the ending of the show, so everyone gets happy and they're together or whatever. Yeah, ooh, it's a prequel, so you know what's going to happen. But they do the end when Ihua and Tomo are coming out of, I think, bathrooms on the phone, and they're talking about the same thing. And that is kind of how Bad Romance starts. So I thought that ending was like really cool. Like that ending slaps. That was super fun. And it's weird that they connected so well with Bad Romance, but then in next chapter they completely omitted everything from Bad Romance except for like Tomo. So there's like a lot of plot lines that we need to talk about in the next episode because it's super weird and there's a lot of things that need to happen in that. So I'm super duper biased about this show, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. People probably could score this lower because some of it has some very generic plot lines and tropes. There's even people who compare some scenes. They do this airplane thing, which happens in Gray Rainbow, and some people think that they stole too many things from other stuff. Did not add enough to it, but the chemistry is amazing. Ihua is amazing. A lot of the side characters are super cool. So even though maxtul's storyline was like the normal standard boy love storyline of straight guy, gay guy with a girlfriend, blah blah blah, everybody else makes this super good. It's super enjoyable. I was 100% invested in this, and this is the show that got me totally into this rabbit hole of gay media, movies, and boy love. So I highly recommend it if you have not seen it. Together with Me and the next chapter are both on Netflix in most countries, so you should definitely watch it. Bad Romance, you can do it too. So the chronological order, like I said before, is Together with Me, Bad Romance, and Together with Me next chapter. Definitely look into it, and you should watch it, and you'll be super duper happy. Thank you for watching. Definitely come back next week where we talk about Bad Romance. And wear a mask. Stay safe. Bye.